Hello, I'm Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to a special edition of 90 at 9, brought to you in association with the BNZ. Let's call it 190 at 9 because all hell broke loose last night on international financial markets. Everyone is paralysed by fear about the European debt situation. The Dow fell almost 998 points at one stage in the middle of the night. It's rebounded somewhat now. It's down about 3.5% in late trade. But frankly, there was panic on not just stock markets, but debt markets and foreign exchange markets overnight. We saw the biggest intraday fall in the Dow since 1987. The euro fell to multi-year lows. And this is all because everyone's worried that all this debt built up in the European economy and between banks will go bad. If that happens, banks will be wiped out, and the euro's future itself is under serious question. Now, part of the reason for the fear and shock on international markets overnight was that the European Central Bank refused to accept there was a problem. It came out and said it was not planning to buy back some of these toxic bonds. Now, many people in markets are looking for a, quote, shock and awe action from the European Central Bank to put an end to this fear and contagion. They wanted to do what the American Federal Reserve did in the wake of the Lehman crisis. But Jean-Claude Trichet, the head of the European Central Bank, came out and said he wasn't going to buy back these toxic bonds. In fact, they hadn't even discussed it. This horrified many people in the financial markets who were expecting, frankly, to be bailed out again. Another version of what we've come to know as the Bernanke put. They were looking, in effect, for the Trichet put. Now, how does this affect New Zealand? The New Zealand dollar fell under 70 cents overnight because it's seen as one of the riskier currencies. And when there's a flight to safety, as there was in the middle of last night, sheer panic on the streets, that drives down currencies like the New Zealand dollar. It dipped under 70 US cents at one stage. In morning trade, it's back up slightly above that, but we can expect weakness for the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar in the days to come. All through this panic on international markets last night, there were images of Greek riots, despite the fact the Greek parliament actually passed its austerity bill. The markets have moved on from Greece. They're now looking at Portugal and Spain and the future of the euro itself. Watch this space. I'm Hickey. That was 190 at 9, brought to you in association with the BNZ.